Hello everyone, get ready for a little more insanity. Today we're going to be covering something else very special. We've already gone into Mega Drive, SNES, and NES games with minimal to no slowdown. Today we're going to be doing PlayStation 1 games, and these are quite troublesome on the lower spec hardwares of all of the mini classics. We're going to do one of the most difficult games to do in HD mode activate. We're talking about R-Type Delta, fantastic game, but we're going to run this with the standard PCSSX rearmed core. And you're going to see pretty much what we were up against with on all the minis initially. And I've been progressively trying to fix these things up more and more over time. And you're going to see some tremendously amazing results that are work in progress for the very, very next update throughout the course of this video. But right now we're running HD mode activate, circa pretty much how this would essentially run on the initial PlayStation Classic setup. And of course on the Mega Drive, SNES, and NES Classics without variables such as overclock and such. But you'll see what I mean here. It starts out fine and dandy. Seems like everything's nice and everything, but we'll try it out. And obviously, HD mode activated is absolutely amazing if it actually works the way you might want it to work on the lower spec hardware. But you'll see for yourself what happens if it doesn't work out too well right here. And speaking of stuff like Netflix, Amazon Prime and all that stuff, I've finished up a few movies and TV shows. I'm watching, I watched The Last of Tiger King. Very, very interesting a mockumentary style show. I'm not normally into documentaries at all, but I was entertained by Carol Baskin's show and such. I'm watching Trailer Park Boys, and there are shows in the past that I've given a chance to the first episode, such as Big Bang Theory, Breaking Bad, and Trailer Park Boys, and I just didn't really think much of them. Then I went back to them later on, and I was just mind-blown on them. They really are binge-worthy. And there are quite a few shows that are binge-worthy. I watched The Shield, which was a great show way back on FX. I mean, Prison Break, Heroes, I mean, many of these shows. And obviously Heroes kind of became abysmal after a few seasons because of the writer's strike, as did Prison Break. But yes, you can see this is running so awful in HD mode activate. We're going to have to fix this up. But we're going to do two more other test examples just to show you how these run. Yeah, this is pretty much unplayable here. I mean, burst of slowdown, which are just tremendously bad here. It's easier, though. But we're going to go to another game real quick. But I've also been, I have YouTube TV, and I started watching this great Bobcat Goldthwait show called Misfits and Monsters, which is a little bit like Tales from the Crypt, Monsters, Tales from the Dark Side, and so on. And I'm a tremendous fan of any kind of anthology series, and I like about everything that Bobcat Goldthwait has ever done, be it actor, writer, director, etc. But we're going to load up Jumpin' Flash as the secondary game real quick here, and we'll load this up with the same exact core. But yes, Misfits and Monsters, the first episode has Seth Green, and it's a little bit of a take on a Looney Tunes style cartoon, but with a kind of a mature rated feel. It's very, very interesting and well worth a watch, if you're able to watch that show. It's generally on True TV, but you should be able to at least see a clip of it on YouTube if you do not have any other access to watching it. And I'm going to be going through all the episodes of the series. And anthology series have always been my favorite, anything from Outer Limits to Twilight Zone, to some of the more obscure ones, like the Henry Rollins one, if any of you remember that one. And this is real laggy too, not at all what I expected to be for HD mode activate. This is pretty much unplayable, stuttery sound and all that stuff. And there are actually 2 USA games for Jumpin' Flash, very, very unique game, and it's nice that you can actually play this without having to worry about analog. It works great with just a D-pad. But there's a third Jumpin' Flash game which is released only in Japan. I'll have to showcase that in another video, but yes, this is another dud here with HD mode activate. Let's go to a racing game that I'm a big, big fan of next. And again, we're going to do all these again with the fixed up core for work in progress. We'll do, let's see, what other game do we want to do? RC to Go, a great RC Pro-Am style game. And we'll do that with the same core here. And this is, along with R-Type Delta, they've both been tremendously difficult to run at a good frame per second rate. And again, we're running HD mode activate. And I've also been trying to fix up things, because there have been instances where you could have trouble reading the data files, such as the e-boots, the CHDs, the ISOs, and so on. And you could end up having your system go into a red blinking light and such. I'm trying to do what I can to fix that up. And I've loaded over 100 of these games in a row without a single error from some of the fix-ups I've been doing with the core. So let's check it out now. And I always like that this game has an announcer very, very similar to in Wave Race and other such games.
RC to Go!
It sounds like Hydro Thunder and Wave Race. I say this every time. But you'll see this is very, very difficult to run HD mode activate, but we'll try for a moment here. And then we're going to try to fix up games on the much, much better work in progress core. And there are a few variables, and in mind there, which you'll see. But again, check out Bobcat, Goes Waste, Misfits, and Monsters. And even like him in the original Police Academy, them never ever get old. I always thought it was kind of cool when I watched the first Police Academy, seeing a skateboarder who was a stunt double, actually was Tony Hawk, but the actor who played him in the acting portion was actually a younger David Spade of Black Sheep fame with Chris Farley. You gotta love how you watch older movies and you see these actors that you are more prominently known nowadays. And this is bad. This is so slow right now. Choppy, stutters down. Sounds like a car even have trouble to start here. But yes, we're going to exit out of here, and we're going to load the same exact games in the exact same order. We'll load up the fixed up, of course, R-Type Delta again. Let's do it real quick. And we'll load it with the updated core, which I'm going to basically call from this point on, surprise, surprise, PCSSX Rearmed HD Extreme. So get ready to rumble, guys and gals. Okay, let's see how this runs with HD mode activate, and we're also doing a few other things here. I mean, the updated core, which I've been testing, and we're going to run R-Type Delta, which has always been difficult, and even if it seems like it's working fine with HD mode activate, with some of the more refined additions I've been doing over the last 2 years, there are lagicity moments, and it's pretty hard to partake in when you have the lagicity moments. But we're going to try this real quick, and we're going to get to some choke points in the game and see how they play out. But big fan of all the R-Type games, including the strategy games that they have on PSP, of which there are 2 of them. One in English, one is Japan. But I believe you could actually translate the other one. But I've even played it, even without the translation, and was able to make by. And I didn't really play strategy games for the longest time. I mean, one of the first strategy games I ever really got into was Shining Force. But we're going to run this, and we're going to see how this runs with HD mode activate. And again, it is PCSSX Rearmed HD Extreme. Let's see how this runs. And again, it'll go out within the next update, and we're testing out right now. There are so many things I'm trying to test out here. And I'll do a little bit of a tutorial on how to have this all set up. But pretty much when you load games with this core, they're going to be in HD mode activate automatically, and I haven't found a single game that I couldn't run in HD mode activate yet. So you're going to see minimal to no slowdown on this game. It just runs so much better than ever before here. Get our little floating orb here. We'll just try to get to the first boss here. Then we got 2 more games we got to load back-to-back Jumpin' Flash, and of course the RC to go. And if you can think of any other games that you'd like to see run in HD mode activate, let me know and I'll see what I can do for that as well, and test it in a demonstration, pre-release. Now I'm going to try to one by one work out all the core systems here, but we did Mega Drive, SNES, and of course NES all taken care of. Now we're going to work on PlayStation 1 next. Oh no, getting close there. A lot crazier with no slowdown here. Again, if there's any slowdown, it's going to be very minimal at best there. I'm probably going to get taken out on a boss because this is not an all-easy game. And I love these games that were H-Tech games because a lot of these H-Tech games were actually bargain games from the get-go. If I remember correctly, this is actually a cheaper game, like $20 from the get-go. I'm pretty sure I got it really cheap when it first came out. I don't remember it being like a retail price, which you'd expect from Tomb Raider or such. Okay. There's our little orb we can send out there. Let's try to get to this boss here. I know I'm going to get screwed on this boss here. Oh no. I'm going to get screwed. That's crazy, like doing the 4th stage and such on the order. Whoa, no. I got taken out on the boss, but we're going to move on to the next game. But that is so awesome. No slowdown at all. Let's go to the next game real quick. Again, we're going to do Jumpin' Flash next. PlayStation 1. Jumpin' Flash, same exact core, the HD Extreme. Let's try it real quick and see how it plays out. Okay, so far so good. And I'm loving it. I've been able to load multiple games with no issues whatsoever as far as crashing or such. Okay, and this should be running way better before. And again, when I was running these games on NES Classic, we didn't have USB hosts, like the ability to run all the space. We had 300 megabytes of space to work with on internal NAND memory, and we had to install cores, and of course RetroArch and the games on there. So I was actually able to rip this game down to only 20 megabytes in size. And since then, we've actually made some great changes. I mean, we have USB hosts, which Mad Monkey got going, and then of course compressed cores, which are all 75% smaller than normal. Let's try to get to this first stage real quick. Maybe we'll get to the boss. We need to find our little jet pods here. This is running so much better than ever before. Here we got one jet pod right over there. I love the triple jumping. This is so awesome. One jet pod down. Let's get another one right here. And we gotta find where the other one is. Okay, and there's some bonus stages and such too, but let's find where this other jet pod is here. Let's get back up high. Come on, give me this. Oh, that was a miss. Misfire there. We'll get back up there. There we go. It's right up here somewhere. Try to look around. Right up there. Can I make that jump? I'm gonna take a leap of faith here. 2. Give me this jump! Yeah, we got it. Now we can go to the exit, or we can do some bonus stuff. There's a bonus stage right there, but we're not gonna do it this time. Let's go to the exit here. And I love this game because it reminds me quite a bit of Pile Wings. Missed a little bonus thing there. And yes, it's a time-based game. You can get a higher score if you get a better time. I'm gonna go to this stage real quick. Go to the next stage. But it runs so awesome in HD mode activate. Very, very thoroughly impressed there. And we're gonna do RC to go next. Okay, let's get to the boss battle real quick here. And obviously, when I ripped the music and videos out of this, the game is just the game. So I mean, you can play that much, much larger game if you want to have the music and videos and such. But I'm at 20 megabytes on this, and it is just working so nice. Okay, jet pod. Here we go. It looks like we're like in Dagobah or such here. And it looks like we can lose a little bit of energy on these volcano type things. Whoa, that was close. One down. We need 3 more jet pods. What's up here? There's another jet pod. We got some enemies to take out. Another jet pod. Okay, where else we gotta go? There's one up there. Let's try taking, okay. I definitely gotta showcase the, Japan-only one for 3. We got one more jet pod. Where is it? Where is it? Just looking around my 3D environment here, and you can see the cloud cover here, which I used to nefariously do on stuff like N64 and earlier PlayStation 1 games to master drawing distance issues. Plus, it helps with, obviously, the speed here. If we had, like, none of this drawing distance, it would probably be even harder to do some of these games with HD mode activate. Okay, we're gonna go through the exit here. Jump through the frying pan. Just say no to drugs, right? This is your brain on drugs. Remember those commercials? Oh, what is this? What is this? Okay, we should be near the exit here. And I'm going to be finishing up that Bobcat Goldthwait's Misfits and Monsters show, because I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the first episode. So great to see Seth Green. I've watched him in movies like Idle Hands and Sex Drive and a bunch of other movies, but see him in Robot Chicken doing his kind of voices he did in Robot Chicken within the context of a live-action show. It was very, very awesome. But let's check this out right here. And again, recommend any other movies or TV shows. I even watched a Netflix movie called, we got Red Spyro the Dragon here. And I'm just going to jump up to a higher altitude here. Okay, where's he at? I'm going to not even going to even try to use strategy. I'm just going to keep aiming at the boss and using the turbo fire here. Which is in the game by default. I don't have to do anything special. Just hold the attack button down and I have it. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to take this boss out with little or no strategy here. Oh no. Just keep rolling on the button here. Usually the first boss in most games is pretty easy to take out just by mashing a button. Not like the Joker and the end boss in the original NES Batman. Oh yeah. We got this. He going down. He going down. There we go. Got him before he can take me out. It all worked out, guys and gals. But hope you enjoyed this thing. We're going to go to the next game right now, which would be RC to Go, which is my great RC Pro-Am style game. And maybe we'll try a couple more examples. And there are a few other things that are updated with these chords as well, but we're going to do RC to Go real quick. Big fan of this game. I remember having tremendous difficulty locating this game at the time, but it was another $20 game, and it was just so hard to find in stores. Even Walmart didn't carry it. But here we go, HD Extreme again. Let's see how this plays out. Okay. Okay, let's see how this runs now. Maybe we'll try another game since we have a few more minutes left. So far, so good. All 3 of these games are running awesome. No slowdown here. And R-Type Delta is one of the ones I really want to run with no slowdown. And I've updated the Unite as well as the POPs plugins here. Some people were trying to see if I could do like Neon and combine it with all the ones, and you can't really do that. They're all considered their own video plugins. But they all have their various perks, which I'm going to basically cover in the release notes. POPs, for instance, is more accurate as far as the FMV videos and having glitches like thereof, and games like, there we go, Metal Gear Solid and such. Okay, let's see how this plays out here. This is a very, very addictive game, especially if you do the championship mode, because you can actually earn money and buy some nifty vehicles and such. We're going to try this again, HD mode activate, yeah, let's go. So far, so good. And I'm going to see what I can do with some other chords, but very, very ecstatic about how this is working out here. Again, next update, probably within a couple weeks or so. And I'll be doing more updates for MAME as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, this is running way better here. Let's see if we can get first place mode activated here.
You've still got time to turn things around.
Rival 1 down. And it's kind of funny when you ever play these RC Pro style games, even on mobile phones and such, they kind of do like, even if you use a controller, they use like, you notice when you're going like one direction to the other in the isometric 3/4 perspective overhead games, the control scheme might reverse, so if you're pushing right and left, you might be moving the opposite direction, depending on where you're at in spatial orientation and such. So some people who grew up on games like RC Pro, Chroma Triangle and such, have no trouble basically acclimated to this, but people who are newer to these games will be crashing into the walls on every turn because they don't realize you gotta change your direction here. Like I can move it right to move right in one direction and left to move left on the other. It's just how the game works out. But I'm gonna get first place mode activate no matter the case here. And I'm definitely gonna be coming back and doing HD mode activate and earn some money here. Okay, let's try one more game here while we're at it. See what else we have in my folder there. And again, these are some rips I did right now where I removed the music and videos just so they run faster. And I've done tutorials on these, which still apply to the current hardware. But let's do Contra Adventure. And we all know that it didn't turn out to be so popular, but I still collected each and every Contra game nonetheless because I'm a big fan. Okay, let's see how Contra runs. And so happy that everything's run so flawlessly right now. And like I said, I've been working out with the loading technology and such, and some games, depending if you have video and audio ripped out and you compress them and such, they would actually crash and end up with auto blame, blame sync, retro boot, and even my extreme injector crashing, but they're so fixed up, and I've loaded multiple games with no issues whatsoever now. But we're going to do Contra real quick here, our load bar there. And let's see how this plays out. Because this is another game that had tremendous slowdown when you try to do an HD mode activate. So far so good. New game here. Not quite as challenging as like Hardcore and such on, of course, Mega Drive. And I even love Hardcore Uprising, which was on PlayStation 3. Tremendously awesome game. You even have a character which is similar to the character in Strider. And it had like a cel-shaded style look to it. But let's see how this plays real quick. And again, I ripped the music and video out of this too. So there's no music right now. I mean, honestly, like, when we're talking about PlayStation 1 games, not a whole lot of games really stood out soundtrack-wise. It's blowing my mind. They were made in, like, Einhander, Final Fantasy, and stuff like that. Them were the games that really stood out to me, but your generic, like, a game like this, the normal soundtrack to the game didn't really appeal to me at all. I just liked the game to play it. The soundtrack never stuck with me at all. Not like the original Contra, Super Contra, and, of course, Hardcore on Mega Drive, and so on. This is just a pretty fairly not as good soundtrack compared to the rest. And I'd have to say my favorite song in any PlayStation 1 game ever, if you play a full version, is the Rising Zan Samurai Gunman. It has such an amazing opening theme. But no slowdown whatsoever in this game. It's run so awesome. And these are all nice refined sizes. I have these like literally at the smallest sizes possible by ripping the music and videos out of them. And if any of you really want to have like I run a 16 gigabyte flash drive for my primary PlayStation Classic setup. It works nice without having to worry about the limiter having issues or such. Oh no, there we go. And you can run bigger, but you generally need like a USB powered hub. So far, so good. And I'm thinking after this update with PlayStation 1, I'm probably going to focus on PlayStation Portable, which should be PSP after this. But really, really enjoying this. Give me another weapon there. Give me my Sprite gun. There we go. Sprite gun for the win here. The one weapon that never ever gets sold. And I have to say after this, the Homan missile is a weapon I really like. And I'm loving this like kind of like pseudo 3D thing here, which you see in games like Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. And of course, the later PSP. This is in this game before it even came on PSP, like as far as the technology is concerned. Oh jeez. Oh no. I lost my Sprite gun there. But so far so good. Let's see if we have one more game here. Let's try a shmup for our final game here. We're going to do a game that I did a Japan conversion with. We'll do it real quick. And I did a tutorial on this as well. We'll do Tsuki Garante, which is a pretty difficult game to get going because it is in ape format and such. And I did a tutorial on this. I'll have to link to it, but we're going to do this with HD stream. And this will be our final game unless we can think of another one to play. But love my shmup games, and this runs awesome on here. But I'm going to be going to work soon after this video, and then hopefully get some Misfits and Monsters out of the way here. Deities for the win here. So Tsuki Garante. And I'm going to do what I can on the Mega Drive, SNES, NES, and of course TurboGrafx Mini as well. But here we go, Raisin. And if you know Cave, people from Cave are actually in Raisin. All these kind of go out. It's like a whole quintessential thing here. Kind of like the original Atari 2600 branching off into Activision and other companies. Kind of the same thing here, with many of the same people going between the various things, culminating in the awesomeness of Cave in the end. But you notice I have the music playing perfectly, and I'm running this in CHD format here. If you don't do the conversion properly of all the things here, like this Japan rip, you won't have music at all. You can obviously just run like the bidding queue if you could get into that format, but like I said, my Japan ripping tutorial greatly helps with getting these into one singular file, which makes ease of access use for all these cores so much easier to work with here. It runs so awesome here. I'm going to try to save my power up here for a boss battle and such. And loving the great, kind of like Mode 7 style scaling for 3D here. And speaking of shmups, unrelated to PlayStation 1, there's a shmup that somebody recommended to me, and I'm going to have to showcase that in my very next video. Maybe I'll even try loading it in this video if I have it on my flash drive. I gotta remember if I put it on here or not. Okay, let's try to get to this. You can definitely see this reminds me quite a bit of Giga Wing and such. And I believe Giga Wing is also made by Raisin. Because even though they might have the Capcom logo on there, sometimes they'll actually have them as a publisher rather than the developer. Because Capcom published the G.I. Joe Atlantis Factor, but they didn't make it. Kid made that game. Okay, we're on the boss battle here. And I'm hoping I have the other game I'm thinking of in my repertoire of lineup here. Ray VGM recommended it to me, and I'm hoping I can play it. Because it had a little bit of a bug as far as refresh rate is concerned. And I was able to sort the bug out pretty quick, and I'm going to show you how to fix the bug if I can get the game loaded here. So much like Giga Wing here, love this Raisin Cave style shmups here. And most of their games were shmup styles, and they've only had actually 2 side-scrolling shmups, one of which was obviously, can you think of them? I'm trying to think of them right now. One of them escapes my mind right now, but it might actually be on my drive. But so far so good there. I might not actually have it on this drive right now, but we're going to go to the Game Boy one. I'll have to showcase that in the next video. I'll think of it. Oh, Pro Gear is the one I was trying to think of. Let's escape my mind. But we should have Game Boy here. And we're going to load this shmup right here called Shikyu Kaihu Gunzas. Okay, get ready to have your mind blown in a cool few different ways here. And I have to warn you, if you have any kind of epileptic tendencies or such, I'll warn you when to look away from the screen or squint your eye for a quick second, because I only want to show you this the way it is. And Ray V Jam recommended it to me, and I'm a big shmup fan. It's very, very cool. And now, look away or squint for a quick second. Flickering is awful there. It's absolutely unplayable, but you can actually fix the refresh rate. I mean, you can manually patch it and such, but there's another way to do it by going to quick menu options here, which has worked in a while back. You go to interframe blending, and you just turn it on, and games that have issues as far as refresh rates are concerned, you can fix it that way. And this is awesome. And again, thank you, Ray V Jam, for recommending the game to me. It is playing awesome here. But what if I want to play it more like on the original Game Boy? There are a few different ways you can do it. I'm going to try to work these up in the update as well. But we're going to go into the options again. Another thing that was worked in a while back, and it's getting touched up each and every update. We're going to go to Game Boy Colorization, turn it auto, and have internal pilot to Game Boy DMG, which is like the model look of the original Game Boy. And look how awesome this looks. Awesome. We can even take up the ante a little bit here if you don't mind taking a little bit of a performance and speed drop. And let's see how that works too. So this is pretty cool right here. Now I'm going to do more with this as far as the update is concerned. I'll particularly look into this game as far as getting it to run better with a Game Boy style palette. I'll show you what I mean in a moment here. Because we're going to go back into options again. Right here. And we're actually going to disable that. And then we're going to just leave everything as is. And we're going to go into quick menu, load shader. And you can do this with the Extreme Injector, load shader preset. And we're going to go down to Henhouse. And then we're going to go to Constant Border. And we're going to do DMG times 2. And then we're going to let that load. And then we're going to go back and resume the game and just watch what you're about to see. You're taking performance and speed loss, but look how cool it looks. It looks like the original Game Boy. That is awesome. And I'm going to see what I can do to get this running full speed, because we need full speed mode activate with a more authentic appearance here. And I'm going to do what I can on this. It is awesome. And obviously, we can actually just quick menu, close content, and then the shaders back to default. That is one thing that we had an issue on before. If you actually picked shader, it would be that shader again, but I can go back to the same game again, and the shader is going to be back to default the way it should be. How awesome is that? Everything's back to normal. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys and gals, and there'll be more to come.